Hello YouTube, Tight Sound here, and today we will be talking about vocals. For vocals, preparation is a very important step before mixing that needs to be taken to achieve professional results. Before I begin, I'd like to ask you a question. What is the most important element for you to hear in a vocal track? Let me know in the comments below. For me, it's clarity, but in huge metal mixes, it's not always easy to accomplish that. The best equalizer is actually in the microphone that is being used and how the process is controlled. The distance from the microphone that the singer is can make a huge difference. Too close to the microphone can result in a rumbling sound. Too far away and the voice will blend in with the room and will be colorful or will have a clear plastic sound. But what can you do if the vocal track is already recorded but it does not sound how you want? I mixed a song without vocals and loaded it into Reaper. It's easier for me to do the editing in Reaper, and there are so many great tools that can be used, made by so many great resources. The first thing you need to do is make sure that the timing is correct with the vocal tracks in relation to the rest of the track. If I have a lot of vocal tracks, I really try to reduce the number of them. Warm analog producers do the same thing because the channels in the mixer are actually limited and 150 tracks are difficult to mix. I've tried it different ways and I find that when there are less tracks, the sound always turns out better. In this case, I have a center track and two doubles, panned left and right, one pan 50% left and one pan 50% right. This decision really all depends on your preference. You can decide how many doubles, backups, choirs, etc. that you want to have in the song. There really are no rules. Just do what you want and what sounds good to you. There is one double part in the verse of this song, so I processed that part with the doubler plugin from Waves. I then normalized the volume. The explosions and softer spots will be really difficult to mix. When soloed, it will sound good, but it will sound bad in the mix as the vocals will appear and disappear throughout the track. For automation, you could draw a volume curve manually. Sometimes I use Waves Vocal Writer, but that actually did not work in this specific case. I used something called a script, which draws everything automatically for you. You can download a link to this script in the description of this video. After importing the script, you need to find the script in the action sheet. Select the desired area, select the track, and set the amount of points to apply. I prefer 50. You could see that I pull some peaks down with the slider, but not too much.
This was all your fault!
To understand how the voice will sound later, you could set a compressor to compress the vocals a good bit. And if there are artifacts, this process will help you to hear them.
This was all your fault!
This track was sung really well, but it never hurts to correct it just a bit. First, I used Melodyne. With Melodyne, you can select all of the notes and put them in the correct spots. Even if the vocalist sings well, there will always be slight deviations from the grid. At this point, I then added auto-tune. For high voices, I choose tenor and then set the scale to chromatic.
This was all your fault! This was all your fault!
The next step is to clean up the vocals a bit. The main energy of the vocal track sits in the middle, and here I reduced a nasty frequency in the middle.
A lonely soul is...
If the vocals are bad enough, you'll hear the bad frequencies right away. Make sure to listen to the vocals in the mix, and if certain parts still stand out, then you can use EQ to carve out the bad frequencies. One thing that you can do is download bad multi-tracks to a USB flash drive, go to a friend's studio with good monitors, write down frequencies that you didn't like there in your notebook, and then compare to what you hear at home to reveal where your monitors might be off. Back to the middle. A multiband compressor is triggered at the right time and it really does sound better. I cut out low frequencies, but only where I heard a rumble. As if the singer was dancing and moving around while he was singing. The last thing that I do here is align the tracks so that one fits with the other using the Revoice Pro program.
You've been glowing, you've been everything I'm liking, girl. You shaking like we ballin'. I just want it in a moment, girl.
In short, I have a mono track in my project, and then I have two doubles rendered by one stereo track, and I want them all to be in sync. To follow my exact steps here, you can load 3 tracks in Revoice, press the B key, and then Revoice asks what needs to be done. Choose tight timing. Process.
I can see it in your aura, it's so golden. You've been glowing, you've been everything I'm liking, girl. You shaking like we ballin'. I just want it in a moment, girl. You feeling like you're rolling in. I'm hearing what you're saying. I can see it in your aura, it's so golden. You've been glowing, you've been everything I'm liking, girl. You
and then solo the finished third track to hear the results, and then export. I followed the same process with all of the doubles. Only when all of these things are done can you start mixing. The results will absolutely pleasantly surprise you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.